Thank you. Welcome back once again. Okay, I will present the Energy Hunt, the Energiejagd, which is a very successful and similar campaign to the action Herbert Kasperger has presented before. So I will tell you something about the history of the project and the story what is the Energy Hunt about, something about the tools and the support within the content, and our lessons learned, and about the new campaign which has started today. Okay, the Energy Hunt started more or less in Belgium 10 years ago. It's called the Energiejagd, the Energy Hunt in Belgium, more or less. They have very much experience on this campaign, and have had, I think it was more than 1,000 households per year. They're competing in this campaign, and so they have really much experience on that. And this Belgian team has started an EU project on this kind of topic, which has been the starting point for many member states in Europe, which has been in two project phases, Energy Neighbourhoods 1 and 2. So the European name of this campaign has been Energy Neighbourhoods, building more or less groups within friends, neighbors, or colleagues. And you see here the different interpretation of the title Energy Neighbourhoods in the 16 different EU member states. So you see the Energiejagd, the Energy Hunt in Austria, or Energy Neighbourhoods, or the families, which we have also heard in Lower Austria, and working for the climate, etc. So the campaign has been more or less in all these member states the same, but the title of the name of the campaign has been different, using the same sujet. So during this campaign periods, in the 16 EU member states, there have been more than 14,000 households that have participated in the Energy Hunt or Energy Neighbourhoods within the two periods of the campaign. So what is the idea of the Energy Hunt? It's an energy saving bet between the community and their citizens. And the goal is to save at least 9% of energy. So it's a little bit more than in the Lower Austrian campaign. It's 9%. This has been related to the first Energy Efficiency Directive. And the 9% has to be achieved within a period of 4 months. We have started normally our campaign in December, and the campaign has run until March. The approach of the campaign has been a little bit different to the campaign you have mentioned before. In the Energy Hunt, 5 to 12 households build a group, an energy team more or less, and each team is coached by an energy master. This energy master has not to be a professional or an expert. It's more or less the communicator, the motivator of the team. Energy savings shall come by no-cost or low-cost measures, similar to the thing in Lower Austria. And we had a lot of group meetings and events in the cities and on regional level. And there has been a communication strategy, including things like climate protection challenges. And the main tool for evaluating and the tool to achieve the 9% goal, to follow up, to monitor, that's the word I was looking for. To monitor the energy performance is an online tool where you put in your current energy data, and you see within this tool how you perform within the campaign. It's more or less a forecast about your energy consumption. As mentioned, there have been a lot of materials for the people to become familiar with the Energy Hunt. There has been a handbook, there has been a do-it-yourself check, there has been some formulas if you don't have access to internet. There have been several kind of tips for standby, for period of Christmas, or for mobility. So all the things we have done is not only related to energy in households, but also to mobility and to food and to some kind of things that are related to climate protection and energy efficiency. The campaign has been really very successful and has been awarded in 2010 by the Manage Energy Local Energy Action Award. This has been one of the photos with the Belgian partner and the German partner who have been the manager of the project. So the beginnings in Austria, we decided to take the energy hunting theme, which has been also provided by the Belgian partners. We have started in 2011-2012 the first time and have made the second phase in 2012-13. In the first period we have started with 3 cities, which was Graz, Graz, Weizen, Gleisdorf. And finally in the second campaign we had already 8 partner cities, including more than 2,000 households during in the second campaign. And you see there are a lot of partners necessary to make this kind of campaigns. It's of course fundings from the public authorities, but it's also from the energy suppliers and of all the different local actors that are needed to come to the people to get involved different citizens within the regions. So what have been the results for the campaign in 2012-2013? The average energy savings have been by 10%, which is a little bit lower than what we have heard before. The first round was about 12%. In kilowatt hours it was 150,000 kilowatt hours and 44 tons of CO2. For households, this has meant that they could save up to 160 euros, including electricity and heating. And looking on the goal to save at least 9%, from the 35 teams we had in the second campaign, 20 managed to score 9 or more than 9%. Meaning that some of the teams have saved less than 9%, and only I think it was 3 teams had an increase of energy consumption. But nevertheless, the energy saving bet has been successful, and many people have joined our events. And finally, the winning team came from the city of Hartberg, which was a neighborhood, the park ring with 6 households, and their energy savings were about 26%. As mentioned before, no cost or low cost measures within these households, and they have been awarded by the local newspaper Students of the Day. So they have been presented to the whole country that they have been very successful in masters in energy saving. They have been very proud of that. And finally, they had also the possibility to come to our international event in Brussels. And as you see in the picture above, they joined the ceremony with the Austrian flag, and it was a very, very nice event to present the people there, and it was very funny to have them there. So the factors of success is that you have a realistic chance to win the bet. Even if it is 9% sounds at the first stage a little bit heavy to achieve, but if you go through to the household and have if you see if you try to reduce standby losses, if you try to reduce the refrigerator temperature, etc., so you manage to save the 9% quite easily if you are in the campaign and if you are trying to win the competition. It was a very positive and fresh image of an energy saving campaign. In the campaigns before have been more or less very theoretically, or very, how to say, it's not that sympathetic. And you had the direct feedback system via the online tool, which was very necessary, as we had before. If you get a bill once a year, you don't have any feedback on your on energy consumption during the day. The team spirit and team discussions have been also important in this case. Discussions because people who are not experts are discussing about how to increase the energy performance at home, and this was very helpful for the other people who don't have that many ideas to be better than before. Of course, the different kinds of support have been necessary, and the constantly communication via meetings, newsletters, the challenges, etc. So, and finally, there have been some benefits in form of prizes for the people if they manage to win the campaign. So what are the lessons learned we have during these 2 years? It has been very hard for the people to start building groups. So the need to form teams has been a very hard barrier at the beginning, because you need someone who is more or less the energy master, and the energy master has to form this team. When the team was existing and they were working together, everything was okay. But the first stage to form this team has been very hard for the people, and it was a barrier more or less. The second thing was that the online tool, it was very complicated, and it was a little too sophisticated, so people had really problems in putting in the data, reading the results, etc. So this was a difficulty for the people during the campaign. And the other thing is concerning heat consumption. We had some problems in getting realistic data on the energy consumption, on energy savings concerning heat. So other issues are, if you have a household that has consumed very much energy during the last year, 2 or 3 times more than the other ones, this household has a very strong influence on the others. So if this household is not in the campaign, is making more, for instance, only 3%, the whole team has a problem because they won't manage to get the 9% target. And as mentioned before, there's a dropout code, of course. During the campaign, we had about 5 to maximum 10% of participants who dropped out during the campaign from the beginning to the end of the campaign, which is not very much in our case, but you have to take that into account. And finally, we have made some evaluation at the beginning and at the end of the campaign, but the long-term effects, of course, a little bit a question we can answer in detail for the moment, so this would be also a question for the future. So coming to the new campaign, the new fresh campaign more or less, we stick to the title Energy Hunt, but we have a new sachet, a fresh sachet, and a little bit more friendly as the old one. And the bet is to win the energy saving competition against the vice governor of Austria, and you have to save once again 9% of electricity in this case within 4 months, starting in November until February next year. And it's the same like before. You should save energy by changing your energy behavior by no or low cost measures. Once again, we have a complex partnership, sponsors who are providing prices, and partners who are more or less making advertisement, who are marketing for our recruitment for our participants in the Energy Hunt. Partnership is always necessary to be spread out to the whole region of Styria. The new approach is a little bit different to the old one.